and you will actually receive it. Listen to these words. With God, all things are possible. That you will read in the 19th chapter of the book of Matthew. Now we'll go to the 9th chapter of the book of Mark. All things are possible to him who believes. He equates God with the believer in man. All things are possible to him who believes. That's Mark. Matthew, with God all things are possible. So he equates the believer in man with God. Well, the believer in me is my own wonderful human imagination. What other thing in man but his reality, which is imagination, that believes? It's the dreamer in man. I go to bed at night and I dream. The dreamer and the waking I are one and the same being. Can I believe, or am I going to allow certain doubts? Now, he is a psychologist, trained to talk people out of their mental problems. Put them on the couch, put them on the chair, and talk them out of it, and spend years, when he could easily, as he confessed, have imagined them whole and perfect and happy. But he said, I believe that I was, through my training, compelled to spend these awkward years as anyone who works at a job spends his time in an awkward manner. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it's simply a job and you're doing something that is to you awkward, if you like it. Like my brother Victor, who has made a fortune. The very smell of the ship, the very smell of the boat, the smell of his store, he loves it. He goes there in the morning and the odor of his store. He goes into the grocery store and everything about it. He just loves the odor, all the combinations of the odors of the grocery store. He goes into his department store, all the things of the department store. That's the odor. It affects him. He loves it. Goes to a hotel, and the restaurant naturally is all in service. That affects him, and he loves it. He so loves it. He's in the mood of success. So fall in love with something that really excites you, and feel that you are already what you want to be. And I tell you from my own experience and from this man's experience that it will work. Now, here is a man who heard me years ago. He came home one day, and I thought, now here's a man teaching people how to live correctly. And I had 2 books. They're completely out of print. You can't buy them. But I thought, if I could give them to someone doing this kind of work, who is serious, he's a trained psychologist, I'll give them to him. So I gave him these books. I don't think he's read them. First of all, they're named after the mountains of Switzerland, Zermatt and Oberland. But it's all imagination. The man who wrote it, I presume he's gone now. He was 94 when I last heard from him. But I gave him these books. They were new and completely out of print. You can't get the books. But he wrote them in the form of a dialogue like a Plato. He introduced 5 characters, and each one was a scientist, one was a philosopher, one was a mystic, one was something else, and they all discussed. And he had the central one who was the mystic, explaining the phenomena and the cause of the phenomena of life. And so he wrote these volumes. And I gave them to him. I asked him the other night, because he's here for the 2nd time in years. Because the one person is speaking as the scientist, as the mystic, as the philosopher, as the atheist. He had them all present, only 5 characters. But the books are completely on imagination. And it's called the Zermatt Dialogues and the Oberland Dialogues. And I went down to the bookstore in Long Beach called Acres of Books looking for them. And old Mr. Smith, he's gone now. He was then in his 80s. And I was looking all over the philosophical department and the other departments. Oh, he said, you wouldn't find them there. You'll find them under Switzerland, the mountains. He didn't know the content of the book. Go over to the place and look under Switzerland. And there they were. So I found my 2 books. And I parted with him and I gave them to him in the hope that because he is a psychologist, a trained one, that these were showing that causation is all imagination. That imagining creates reality.